Okay, hello everybody. I want to start by thanking everyone that left a comment and pressed the like button. I will start this series, and hopefully I can provide you with enough information to make one of these little amplifiers, and all the way up through how to troubleshoot it and get it to work. I just noticed on my battery indicator that I may have to break this into two parts. I can splice them together later, so if I quit here you'll know what happened. Okay, all the schematics are ready to go. This is the first main schematic for just the basic tube wiring. This is the schematic of the complete unit: key and circuit, bias, high voltage, screen, supply. It's all there. And each sub-schematic deals with each part individually. So as I explain this amp, if you want, these schematics are available. I'll tell you a little more about that in just a second, just to show you what they are. This one deals with the bias, power supply, and this one deals with the screen, power supply. And then I have one just a little bit bigger that just the particular parts plus some math on how the resistors and stuff are figured out. I'll cover that. And here's the key and circuit, little trick circuit that I come up with that allows one relay to key after another, and at the same time the first relay is held until the second one actually unkeys. It prevents hot switching, and I will cover that. There's the circuit blow up. You can see that. And like I say, I'll cover each one of these individually as we work our way through explaining the amplifier. This build, or this series of videos, is going to be covering an old tube tester that I built. I started tearing it apart. It's ugly and rusty looking. There's part of it. This is the chassis and the power supply and everything. Whoop, get it in view there. The plate compartment, the tube socket, tune and load, and there's the underside of the tube. Real simple circuit. There isn't much in the way of parts. And then I'll cover the input tuning coil. That wire's in the way. There you go. You see it. I'll cover that. How to figure out your input circuit and the grid tune. Oops, upside down. There we go. Get it in the camera. You can build yours like this or any other way you want, but the underside of the tube has to be sealed, RF tight compartment, and it has to hold pressurized air, because air has to be forced up through the tube. Alright, and I'll show you about the fan. Okay, here's the fan, the blower that you're going to want to use. This is kind of neat. It's simple. Thing runs on 48 volts. It'll run off your bias supply. It'll take all the way up to 55 volts, and that's right at the DC bias of the 4CX250. All of the tubes require right at 55 volts. These are inexpensive because they're surplus. I think a 120 volt unit right now is going to cost you about $65. But luckily there's a surplus place. I'm not paid by these people, but it's just my favorite. It's my favorite place to source parts. And find the fan real quick here. Okay. Don't know if you can. Let me zoom in. If that'll pick that up. This fan right here, it's only $8.95. 26 cubic feet a minute. It has 0.87 inches of back pressure. That's about what's required by the tubes. And this fan will handle up to 3 tubes with ease. And this catalog company here has transformers, like a filament transformer and that kind of thing, but I think they're down so few of them in stock that they don't show it in the catalog. But if you go on their, there we go. If you go on their site, well, let's try this. Get the other direction. Okay, if you go on their website, surpluscenter.com, I think you'll find the transformers, and you can look at the fans and stuff that they've got. They've got blowers and all kinds of parts. Real handy place to get parts from. Your electrolytic capacitors and stuff like that, I would say go to like All Electronics is a good source for them. There used to be a couple other good surplus places out, but my other favorite, BG Micro, has gone away, and I don't know if it's because of COVID, maybe. I don't know. I bought a lot of good little IF can transformers and some capacitors from them, but now that their site's even down, you can't even get to it. But I want to thank you again. I will start this series and get her going. I ask that on each of the videos, if you would please press the like button, comment, and I'm always open for questions. If you have any misunderstanding about any part, how it works, how to utilize a transformer that you have. Oh, that was another thing about transformers. One of my followers gave a good suggestion, and it's a company called Antec. I haven't got anything printed out here to show you, but it's Antec. I think it's Antec Incorporated, and they have pretty good source of transformers. The ones that I think work the best, especially if you're going to want to put, eventually put more than one tube, like a pair of them. The part number would be AS3T275 and an AS4T475. Those two transformers, and I will cover how to hook those up. I've got the schematics, you can even get them if you want, on how to hook those two up. And those will give you filament, bias, screen, and your high voltage out of two transformers. If you're only looking at one transformer, one tube, just one 4CX250B, the transformer combination you'd want would be an AS1T275 and an AS4T475. That'd be the most inexpensive. I think one of those is like $28, maybe 30 some dollars, and the others, I think, $65 for the transformer. But again, that's Antec. I think it's ANTEK or something like that. Antec.com. You can look them up. I'll try to get a printout. Put their website a piece of paper here, or maybe even in the description. If you can't find it, just leave a comment and let me know. Okay, I believe that's about it for this video. This will get things started. On the next video, I'll start explaining the circuit and start getting into depth each video as we get along into it. These schematic sets are available. Like I said, I've got them all printed out, the original schematic for that amplifier. Just ask for the 4CX250B schematic sets. 4CX250B schematic sets. And you have to send me an email. These are in JPEG format. They're all under 200K, so that you can just print them out. This is how they print out, just on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So that way you can have those with you. As we start talking about this, you'll have the schematic in front of you, and you might be able to follow along a little easier if you've got them in hand. So just send me an email, ask for them, and I'll get them emailed out to you. Okay, thank you. My email address here, let me put that up. Whoop, too far there. There you go. Okay, that's my address, my email address. Drop me an email, and again, ask for the 4CX250B schematic sets. Free, no charge. I've got them all drawn up, and we're all ready to go on this, and this will give you info, like I say, when I start talking about them. If you can't see them too good on the screen, which this camera isn't that great for clarity at sometimes, you'll be able to at least follow along on the schematic when you have it there with you. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.